33-year-old Anthony Kamara made national headlines when he was outed as a leading member of the Manc Joey gang. The gang was so audacious and so brazen that it was reported they used the name Manc Joey for the line they was controlling that brought in over £300,000. In order to confuse police, the Liverpool-based gang packaged and sold 1,500 ready packed zip bags of Class A and would regularly stay up for a week at a time in hotels like Travelodge and Ibis, Airbnbs, and homes of users that needed an extra gram, even though the users did not have a choice in the matter. Anthony Kamara led by example. He was ferocious, amped up, wild and unpredictable, and he showed not even a morsel of remorse when it was said that the gang had forced vulnerable teenagers, runaways, people from care homes to leave home before being planted in areas like Exeter. They were taken from Liverpool and Merseyside and then planted all the way in Exeter to sell. For Anthony Kamara's role in the drug operation, he was jailed for 6 years. However, jail did nothing to stop the drug gang boss from displaying his authority in prison. A 35-year-old man who had not been named was told to share a cell with Anthony Kamara. The victim was a suspect in the brutal aim of an elderly couple. The gang leader of the Manc Joey line waited for his padmate to fall asleep. At roughly 2 a.m. on January 2021, Anthony got out of his bed and then boiled the kettle. Once the kettle was boiled, Anthony, with the kettle in hand, tiptoed over to his padmate, who was asleep, opened the lid and then chucked the water, target drenched, head and chest, redness, soreness, blisters. The victim was said to have suffered serious to 15% of his body. Anthony was still not done. The victim, who had taken sleeping tablets, was writhing in pain. Anthony is then said to have torn the TV from the brackets off the wall and used it as a ram and struck his victim again and again, targeting again, head and chest. Anthony was making a clear example out of his victim. A kosh was then created from cans of tuna and socks, where the victim was struck to the face again. The alarm was raised and prison officers rushed the cell. When the prison officers opened the cell door, Anthony was still ambushing his victim with hooks and wallops. The victim suffered broken ribs, 2 cracked vertebrae, and, of course, serious, and he was rushed to a specialist unit within Bristol Hospital. When questioned why Anthony Kamara did it, he says that he watched the news with his target, and the news reported of the aim of an elderly couple, which was the reason his padmate was in jail. Anthony did not like the response that he saw from his victim. Anthony saw red and says that he was seething for 3 whole hours while his victim slept peacefully in his bed. Anthony admitted GBH with intent and he was jailed for 10 years. The judge says that the sentence will only begin once he has finished his 6-year sentence for the Manc Joey line. The judge also commented that Anthony Kamara had no right to judge his victim for what he allegedly did. He, the victim, was fast asleep, locked in a cell and clearly vulnerable. Does the crime match the sentence? Let me know. Stay safe.